for families, which is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. I'll share a little bit about our story with you as the call goes on. We've got several mamas and kiddos that are going to be sharing with us. I'm excited to hear about their stories with Tower Gardens as well. But I thought I would start off with something from our Healthy Living Revolution community that I thought was really appropriate for tonight, and that is that it talks about how healthy living used to be easy. And when I think back to my childhood, I think about that. You know, we used to eat food from our family garden, and we used to drink water out of the hose, the garden hose, and play outside all day long until the sun went down. And we just had to find things to do, you know, be creative and use our imaginations. And somewhere along the line, living a healthy lifestyle has gotten complicated. And it feels like recently, with the last few months and all of our lives changing so drastically with the pandemic, that it's forced us to slow back down and maybe pay attention to some of those things again, some of the simple things that we are able to do with our families. And as a group, we are on a mission to take healthy back. And I'm so proud to be a part of this amazing community of people who are inspiring healthy living around the world on a regular basis. I feel like I am always learning new things. And I love the fun that we've incorporated into our Tuesday night calls here with the kids. It just adds a lot of excitement and new energy. So to start off with, we are gonna, tonight we're talking about gardening for families, as all of you know. And if you're not familiar with a tower garden, it's a vertical aeroponic gardening system that really captured and intrigued me a few years back. And I'm gonna show a short video for you so you can see how a tower garden works. And then after that short video, it's just a short 2-minute video that'll give you an idea of how it works and what it is. And after that, Bailey and Eliza are going to share with us about their experience with Tower Gardens. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here so we can get started with that. Okay, here we go. Watch this, kids. This time lapse at the beginning of the video is pretty cool.
Tower Garden's state-of-the-art aeroponic vertical garden system uses both water and air to produce more colorful, better-tasting, and incredibly nutritious fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Tower Garden has a 20-gallon reservoir at its base that stores the Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Developed by experts in plant and human nutrition, Tower Tonic Mineral Blend enables superior plant growth and better nutrition from your Tower Garden produce. The process begins once the seedlings have been placed in your tower garden. Here they will be nourished with Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Inside the reservoir is a small, low-wattage submersible pump. The pump pushes the nutrient solution up through the tower to the top. From there, the nutrient solution drips through the central tower using a special device that evenly cascades the solution over the exposed plant roots. On the journey down the tower, the nutrient solution feeds the roots and becomes high oxygenated as it cascades gently down the reservoir. This process is continuous, providing fresh oxygen, water, and nutrients to the roots of the plants. This patented aeroponic process enables food crops to grow faster than they would in soil, so they can be harvested more often. And it makes Tower...
Sally just came in and said, all right, I just got a message saying that you guys can't see my screen, so I apologize for that. Let me see here.
Well, what we see is a black screen with a white stripe on it, Nicole. We don't see a video playing.
Okay, that is so strange because I've got it full screen here. Let me try just minimizing the screen a little bit and see if that makes a difference. Sorry about that.
Nicole, when you clicked share, did you click the two things at the bottom?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing and then start again here.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Okay, can you see it now? That's the picture of the Tower Garden?
No.
No.
What we see, it says player.vimeo.com like it's at the top, and then just the top tabs. We don't see a video underneath it. It's just a black screen with just the tabs across of it.
Okay, that is so strange. You are screen sharing. Let's stop that screen again. Okay, we'll tell you what, we will start. I'll see if I can get that figured out here, but why don't we start by hearing from Bailey and Eliza, and excited to hear about their experience with Tower Gardens and how long they've been gardening with the Tower Gardens and what they're growing. So Bailey, if you want to unmute yourself, we would love to hear from you.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Bailey Level and this is my little one Eliza. She's 5 and I'll just start off by telling you just a little bit about myself. I am a mom of 2 little girls. One's 5 and one's 7 months. My husband is actually in another room putting her down for the night. And I was introduced to the Juice Plus product back in 2015, actually when I was pregnant with this one. So we are so thankful to have 2 healthy Juice Plus babies. And fast forward a few years, my entire family now takes the Juice Plus product, either the capsules or what do you take every morning?
You want to watch it?
Take your gummies?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just really love the product because it's simple. And, you know, my husband is actually a farmer. And especially this time of year when we're crazy running around, I don't feel guilty for grabbing, you know, Chick-fil-A or eating a bowl of cereal for dinner because that's all the time we have. So, because I know I've taken my Juice Plus, she's taking her gummies, and Lottie is getting her Juice Plus through my breast milk. And also she's now taking the vineyard capsule, not the vineyard, the garden capsules now. We've just been adding those. So we love the product. And back in 2017, we actually bought a Tower Garden. And we have had that set up ever since then. And Eliza has really loved participating in just...
Okay, lift me up.
setting that up and just really seeing it kind of from start to finish. This year we went out to a greenhouse and her and my husband Foster picked out all the plants together. What kind of plants did we get for the Tower Garden this year? What do you think?
Peppers, tomatoes, squash, zucchini, and cucumber. Yes. So we love it. Just is really nice. It kind of brings us together and gives us something to do, you know, as a family and in all the busyness of the world. I know how Nicole mentioned that with our current pandemic situation that it's kind of forced us to slow down, but that's not really the case for us because my husband's a farmer and he's super, super busy, and I'm a nurse practitioner at a pediatric office. So I'm super, super busy. And so I really love that just doing the little things with the Tower Garden this year really has been we've been able to spend some time as a family and do some things that brought us together. And we set up the Tower Garden at the farm this year because I'm going to be able to get a Tower Garden home for the house. So I'm excited about that. But don't drop it again, honey. But I just love that the Tower Garden is so simple. I just love that you don't have to have any education or really any training. You just set it up and you pour in the water and you go. And on days like today, when we've got a ton of rain, we were able to just my husband just went to the Tower Garden and picked off a few cucumbers and brought them home. There was no mess and no dirt, and it's just really simple and easy. And I think that's what we love about it. And Eliza's been Tower Gardening since 2017, since she was 2. And it's, like I said, I really love that she gets to see the process from like when we put the plants in, and they get to grow, and we get to harvest the produce. And I just love that about it, because letting her pour in the minerals and add in the water and help harvest the, you know, the produce, it really gives her a sense of responsibility, I think, and ownership that she's doing something real good. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, because I know we want to watch some videos and do some fun things, but I wanted to try. I'm going to see if I have better luck than Nicole with sharing my screen, and I'm going to end with just a couple of pictures. Can you guys see my screen? Awesome. Okay, let me just exit some of this stuff, and we'll go there, and let's see if I can get these pulled up. So this is actually my little one today. We'll go to this one. This is Eliza back in 2017 when we very first set our tower garden up, and it's my husband in the background. And this is this year when she set it up this year at the farm. Mama, get my... Hold on, honey. And she really loved that when we got the plants. You know, they come in the little packets, and we had to really wash them off, get all the dirt so that we could put them in the tower garden. And she loved doing that part of it, washing all the dirt off and then just setting them in there. That's my earring. Okay, thank you, honey. And then this is 3 weeks later after we planted it initially. And so 3 weeks for her age is a long time. But when she looks back at these pictures, it really flew by, I think. And we've just really loved it. And this is today with my little one. She was actually eating a cucumber that my husband brought home today. So it's just, we have a lot of fun with it. What do you like about the tower garden? What's your favorite thing to eat off of it?
The cucumber.
The cucumber. Yeah. Yeah.
Mine too.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for letting us share. We really appreciate it. Can you tell them bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Bailey and Eliza. That was great. I love hearing about people's stories with tower gardening, and seeing the pictures brings it to life. So thank you so much for sharing those pictures. That's terrific. Okay, I'm going to try a different way here. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll see if we can get back to this video that I want to share with you. Getting the different screen here. All
Okay,
right.
what time is it?
Okay, can everybody see how a tower garden works on my screen?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Let's fingers crossed here. I'm going to start the video.
Tower Garden's state-of-the-art aeroponic vertical garden system uses both water and air to produce more colorful, better-tasting, and incredibly nutritious fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Tower Garden has a 20-gallon reservoir at its base that stores the Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Developed by experts in plant and human nutrition, Tower Tonic Mineral Blend enables superior plant growth and better nutrition from your Tower Garden produce. The process begins once the seedlings have been placed in your tower garden. Here they will be nourished with Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Inside the reservoir is a small, low-wattage submersible pump. The pump pushes the nutrient solution up through the tower to the top. From there, the nutrient solution drips through the central tower using a special device that evenly cascades the solution over the exposed plant roots. On the journey down the tower, the nutrient solution feeds the roots and becomes highly oxygenated as it cascades gently down the reservoir. This process is continuous, providing fresh oxygen, water, and nutrients to the roots of the plants. This patented aeroponic process enables food crops to grow faster than they would in soil, so they can be harvested more often. And it makes Tower Garden a healthier, easier, smarter way to grow your produce.
Okay. Was everybody able to hear that one okay?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Okay, well, that gives you an idea. I love that video because it's just so simple, and I feel like it's even kid friendly with the illustrations of showing how the Tower Garden works. And next, I think we'll go ahead and hear it. Vanessa, if you and Andrew are ready, we're really excited to hear about your experience with Tower Gardens as well. You can just, unmute.
Thank you so much, Nicole. My name is Vanessa Cooksey. This is my son, Andrew Cooksey, and we live in St. Louis, Missouri. And we decided we would do our share in the form of an interview. So Andrew has the first question.
Mommy, why did you get a Tower Garden and join the business?
Great question, Andrew. My dad died in January of 1997 from pancreatic cancer, and it was absolutely devastating to our family. And from that experience, I wanted to make sure that I committed to a healthy lifestyle so that I could live a long, healthy life to be around for my kids. And at the time, I was 20 years old, so I had no idea that this guy was coming, but I knew I wanted to be around to enjoy his life. And so I committed to a vegan lifestyle because that was what worked for me. And I found in February of last year, I started to plateau in my health. And through the Minister of Wellness, I learned about the nutritarian lifestyle. And I committed to eating what we call the G-bombs: greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. And as I started to really increase my fresh produce consumption, on Sunday, I would spend pretty much the whole day going to 3 grocery stores and Costco trying to find the right produce at the right price. And my good friend Karen Drake had told me about Tower Gardens 3 years prior, and it seemed really, really cool. But I'm the kind of person, I have killed a bamboo plant. So I didn't really think that I could make a Tower Garden work. But after going to store after store, trying to find fresh produce, I realized this is not a good use of my time or my money. And so I called Karen up and I said, hey, do you still have those Tower Gardens? I know you told me about them 3 years ago, but I need one today. And she was kind enough to help me to order a Tower Garden. And it has been a blessing to our family. I am so grateful to be part of this mission. For me, it aligns with my core values of creativity and well-being. And I feel like it's a win-win. Not only is the food amazing, it's good food. I get to do this business with good friends, and I get to make some pretty good money. So it has been a great experience. So Andrew, tell me why you like having a Tower Garden at our house.
Well, that's a great question, Mommy. The reason why is because it's very fun to use the hose and spray inside the tank, and also to get myself wet. And I like to put the seeds in the rock wool and then put the labels in the rock wool and put it in the Tower Garden. Mommy, what is your favorite food off the Tower Garden?
Good question, Andrew. My favorite food on the Tower Garden is cilantro. So my family knows I love avo toast, and I like to make fresh guacamole. He knows I love avo toast. I love making fresh guacamole with cilantro on our tower. I also love the great types of leafy green vegetables, the kale and the variety of lettuces that we can grow on the tower as well. How about you, Andrew? What is your favorite food from the Tower Garden?
Great question, Mommy. My favorite is sorrel. And sorrel is has a lemony taste, and there's 2 kinds that I know of. Green sorrel and red sorrel. They both have a lemony taste, and they're very healthy.
Excellent. I wanted to share a quick video. In addition to being a Tower Garden family, we just bought our second Tower Garden. We have a Tower Garden Flex, and we just bought a Tower Garden Home. Super excited about that. But we are also products of the products. So we have been taking Juice Plus for at least the last 4 years, and I'm just so grateful for the good health that we and nutrition that we get from it. And Andrew has not missed a day of school since he's been in kindergarten, and he's going into the 3rd grade. So in addition to the Juice Plus products, the great food that we get from our Tower Garden is great. And it really does make a difference. I hope I can share this quick 10-second video of Andrew. This was last year, and he is cutting up some good greens from the Tower Garden safely. And I really am proud of him and the effort that he puts into the Tower Garden. But we're starting early. And so not only am I gonna live a long, healthy life, so is he. And we can thank the Juice Plus and our mission for that. So thank you all for allowing us to share. And we'll turn it back to you, Nicole.
Thank you very much, Vanessa and Andrew. That was awesome. I love how you structured your presentation as an interview. And you know, Andrew, I'm gonna have to try, am I getting the name right? Is it called sorrel? Is what you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay, we are gonna have to try that because we like the taste of lemon, and I have not tried growing that yet on our Tower Garden. So
Good.
thank you for sharing that. I have had some of the cilantro, which I agree is fantastic to have homegrown fresh cilantro, especially in the summertime. But I thought you guys did a fantastic job with your presentation tonight. Thank you both so much for sharing. It's always fun to hear about each other's stories. And I think at this time, my daughter is still finishing her salad here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share, because Emily and I are gonna share about our story about Tower Gardens too. But before we do that, I'll let her finish her salad as we're doing this. When I think about fun with Tower Gardens, I can't help but think about a man by the name of Stephen Ritz. And for those of you that don't know of Stephen Ritz or you haven't heard of him, he is a very well-known teacher that teaches in the Bronx in New York. And he is just impacting lives, children's lives all across the world. And I'm gonna let his video was so exciting. It's more exciting than me telling you about him, but I'm gonna share my screen again here and let him show you what he is doing in these schools because of his passion for teaching kids and his passion for Tower Gardens. So let me share my screen here and bring this up, and I'll make sure you guys can see this one. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay, let me get this started and I'll make it full screen here.
Hi, I'm Steve Ritz, a teacher at Public School 55 here in the South Bronx, and I make a difference by growing food 4 stories up in my classroom 365 days a year, right here in the South Bronx. Who wants to grow the butterhead lettuce?
Me.
Okay, so I became a teacher because it seemed like the right thing to do. And then I got bit. The magic hit. Every day here is an opportunity to do something great, to change lives, to transform a community. This is a community that needs education. This is a community that needs motivation. This is a community that needs connections to bigger things. And we are the conduit for that. I'm not a science teacher by trade. I'm certainly not a farmer. Many years ago, someone sent me a box of daffodil bulbs. We hid it behind the radiator, and the heat and the steam from the radiator forced it, and the kids saw this beautiful, blooming thing of life. I had an epiphany, and that began the work of actually, planting seeds. It planted seeds in my mind, and kids felt great. They felt wonderful, and I wanted to replicate that success. 1, 2, 3, si se puede, we have a taco! Food is a non-negotiable. We have children here who have never seen what real food is, and we also have kids here who've emigrated from other countries in search of food. We are 37% food insecure in this community. We have 40% unemployment in this community. 99% of the kids in this school qualify for free and reduced lunch. And to think that food is the entry point for public education, for reading, for writing, for literacy, for math, for aspiration and inspiration is incredible. But most importantly, by growing food, we're creating life. We're planting seeds. And that's what this is about. We are harvesting hope and cultivating minds.
We made holes and planted seeds. Then 3 days it will grow and grow and grow.
So this is a soilless system. Here's day 3. OMG! And what we've been doing here is other classes.
Mr. Steve, he's teaching us how it's natural. He taught us about pH, like it's bad and good. Then you can eat more healthy vegetables and fruit.
We have 96% daily attendance. That's an opportunity for me to get in and get those little brains cooking. Retention's going up. Faculty involvement is going up. On Sunday, when I walk the street and kids are, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We've got thousands of residents out there looking at us from the projects with our classroom glowing in the middle of the night saying, what's going on in there? And that's exciting. We're creating awareness and excitement. Check the pH of what? Not everything. When you teach kids about nature, they learn to nurture. And when children learn to nurture, we as a society collectively embrace our better nature.
He believes in the Bronx, and he believes in the students in the Bronx and their potential. Any student he works with, he connects and keeps in contact. He is always thinking of them.
Every day is an opportunity to do something great. My favorite crop is organically grown citizens, graduates, members of the middle class, kids who are going to college, kids who are voting, kids who are staying out of jail. And now, here at an elementary school, we're finding it is easier to raise healthy children than fix broken men. And what could be more inspiring than that?
Job creation programs, family health programs, cooking programs. The future is unlimited.
Teaching kids to count is cool, but teaching them what counts is also critical. And while I'm very much about ABCDs, this is also about asset-based community development. So we want to bring the walls as far out into the community as possible and bring the community as close. So if we can knock down stereotypes and bridge kids and bridge schools around things that are going to benefit the environment and the world as a whole, wow.
Love this.
Okay, how can we not be inspired after hearing from Stephen Ritz, right? I've heard this man speak a number of times, and every time I'm just so inspired by the difference that he is making now all around the world. But to close, well, actually, to finish that off, Stephen Ritz actually wrote a book. In case any of you are interested, I will share it on our Facebook group. It's called The Power of a Plant. And I admit, I have not read the entire book yet. I've gifted it to some family and friends and read parts of it, but it talks more about the work that he's doing in schools. So if you're interested, you can check that out. But I think Emily and I will go ahead. Are you guys able to see us now that I've stopped sharing our screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. We're gonna go ahead and share a little bit about our story with Tower Gardens. We were introduced by a good friend to Tower Gardens about 3.5 years ago. Emily wasn't quite 2 yet, and I was looking for a way to start showing her where food came from. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want her to think that, lettuce comes in these plastic containers or plastic bags from the grocery store, because my family, as I mentioned, had a garden growing up, and we would go out and harvest vegetables from our garden. So I really wanted to teach her about growing food and where our food comes from. And so when we were introduced to Tower Gardens, I was so intrigued by the technology and just thought they were super cool and knew I wanted one the first time I saw it. So we got started with that rather than we were gonna have to do some raised beds in our yard because we have really rocky soil. But what have been some of your favorite things that we grow here? Should we turn that screen around? We're gonna share our screen here, or just turn it around so you can see our outdoor garden that is growing here. Do you wanna tell? Come on, why don't you come on in and tell everybody what are some of our favorite things to grow?
These are some of our peas.
Peas?
Yeah. And we like our tomatoes too.
We've got a bunch of tomato plants, yeah?
And these are cucumbers.
Cucumbers, can you show them the baby cucumber under there that we've got started? Can you see it?
There's a baby cucumber over there.
I don't know that we're at the right angle to be able to see it, but we do have a baby cucumber hiding in there with more blossoms and some to come. What's your favorite thing to eat off of our outdoor Tower Garden, Emily? What do you like to eat?
The squash.
The squash? And what about those tomatoes when they ripen up?
The sweet tomatoes.
The tomatoes too, yes. And we are so blessed we were able to order one of the Tower Garden Home units, which is for indoor growing year round. And it's a smaller unit. I wasn't quite able to figure out how to make this one that we have, the Tower Garden Flex, work inside in our layout of our home. So the Tower Garden Home is a little bit smaller unit, and we grow our lettuce and herbs in there. And what did we just harvest off of our tower garden inside when we were getting ready for dinner tonight? What did we harvest?
Lettuce.
Lettuce.
And
Yep.
watermelon leaves.
And we have some type of a plant that I've still got to figure out what the name of it is. The leaves that we pull off, it's not an actual.
Tastes like watermelon.
They taste like watermelon. It's amazing. And they smell like watermelon when you pick them too. So I will have to figure that out so I can let everyone know what the name of that plant is. But like Bailey mentioned, I think it was Bailey that mentioned rinsing off. You know, you can buy seedlings and rinse off the dirt and put them in, or we like to start them in the rock wool ourselves. It's so fun. We did that this year, and Emily got to see were we excited when the seedlings sprouted up and started growing out of the rock wool?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost all of them sprouted, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it's a fun activity, obviously, to do, and really rewarding to see. As Bailey mentioned, it's really rewarding to see kind of the fruits of our labor, as well as teaching Emily the responsibility about food and just talking, having that opportunity to have conversations about why we're growing our own food and eating healthy. And I know the last couple years, right around Thanksgiving, there's been the recall 2 years in a row now on romaine, where we couldn't get fresh romaine because it was recalled because of E. coli or contamination of some kind. And I just thought to myself, I am so convinced that I want to have a year-round garden in our home now where we can grow our own romaine and not have to rely on being able to get it from the grocery store. And also knowing, of course, that how it's been grown and that there isn't the risk of contamination. So it's been a lot of fun for us. We love our tower gardens now that we have 2 of them. And I think, was there anything else that you wanted to share about tower gardens? Any other favorite things? What did Nana start growing on her tower garden this past year in her basement?
What again? Strawberries.
Strawberries are one of a favorite thing to grow on tower gardens as well. And there's some specifics on how to do that, I've heard. But anyways, we have a whole community. There's a Facebook group that is officially endorsed by the Juice Plus company that talks about tower gardens, and I get some great ideas and information from that site. But the last resource that I wanted to leave you with tonight is we have a Tower Garden to Table cookbook on our Healthy Living Revolution website. And it's fun. It's one that I hadn't looked real closely at until I was preparing for this call, but it really has some fun recipes that you can make with your kids, and you can use ingredients right from your own tower garden. So I will post that in our Healthy Summer for Families Facebook group so that everybody can do that. It's just a free, oops, careful. We don't want to fall on our head while we're on the call here. Okay, it's a free cookbook that you can use, and you can experiment and revise recipes a little bit. But it looks like there's some fun ones in there that we're going to try. Some refreshing drinks and snacks and things like that we're going to try making ourselves. So I will post that out there. But we want to say thank you. Again, thank you to Bailey and Eliza and Vanessa and Andrew for sharing tonight. I hope that you all enjoyed our call this evening. And for those of you that are new to Tower Gardens, I hope this gave you some insight into the fun things that are available to you and your family as we all strive to lead healthier lifestyles. So thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening. Oh, actually, before we go, I don't want to close Deanne, do you want to go ahead and announce what our next hashtag challenge is going to be for this next week?
Yes, I hope you guys have been having such a great time with these hashtag challenges. We have been loving seeing what you and your family are doing all around these hashtags. So, the first week was hashtag Start Strong. This last week was hashtag Hydrate, and the winner I think is on this call, Tina Mumper and her children. Yay, Tina! So to go along with this theme, this week the hashtag is hashtag Grow Plants. Grow Plants. So we want to see your tower gardens, but we also just plants. If somebody on here does not yet have a tower garden and you have a traditional garden, show us that. If you've got a pot that has some tomatoes in it, if you've got a pot full of flowers, if you're like me and Bailey and you have a farm and you've got a whole field of corn, grow plants. So we just want to see your plants. So hashtag grow plants, and we'll pick the winner again next Tuesday at noon. So anyway, thank you all for participating, and continue to show us what you guys are doing. Okay, back to you, Sharon.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Nicole. And thank you, everybody. What a great call tonight. Very informative, educational, and entertaining. So thank you, boys and girls, for being here. And we'll be here, in 2 weeks again? Is that right? 2 weeks again from today. Deanne, we'll have another event like this that you can invite people to. So it's super.
On completely delicious snacks. That's our next topic in 2 weeks.
Oh, and I've got some great things to post on that one, so I'm excited. So great. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. Be sure to get with the person who invited you.
Thank you, kids.
Sharon.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Emily.
Bye, Emily. Bye.
Bye, Genevieve.
Bye.
Her name's Genevieve.